Okay, welcome to episode 3 of Talk to Derek. And with me today, I have Chintan Virani from Chintan Virani Architect Incorporated, which offers a variety of services, including project budgets, concept development, interior design, and much more. I think that's fair to say. So, Chintan, my first question, your site lists quite a bit of services, and I've just listed some of them. Which service is most popular, or what are you best known for?
Derek, primarily architects are expected to provide all the services related to architecture. And we cannot deny any services. Even if my client is paying me something less, I will provide all the services which has been made mandatory by our Ontario Association of Architects. So client has no other option but to get the full services. And I have no other option other than to provide my full services. So I cannot compromise. If I get less money, I do less services. No, I cannot. But even then, I have good relationship with my clients and we provide good services.
Alrighty. So you get the whole shebang when you get with Chintan. You get everything. We're going to move on to question 2. What do you like best about your line of work?
Meeting people, I meet people. I try to understand their lifestyle. I try to understand their requirements, and I try to do some changes in their lifestyle, in the way they are using their building, house. It may be a retail shop, it may be a pharmacy, it may be a dental clinic or medical office or veterinary clinic or whatever, So I try to change lifestyle of people. I try to improve and give better environment.
Right. So just meeting people overall and changing things for them for the better.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Tell me, Chintan, when did you immigrate to Canada and why did you choose Windsor?
That was my destiny.
Okay. Could you elaborate?
Yeah, I can tell you. I came in 2003 in Mississauga, and I got first work for the brick furniture company, and that gave me chance to travel all over Ontario doing measurement drawing and small renovation suggestions for their existing stores, and that bring me to Windsor. And what I started doing was I started telling people, like my age was already more, and nobody was going to give me because I had a lot of independent job experience. I'd never worked for someone. I've always worked for myself. So I used to go to our local architects, whichever city it is, and tell that I do work from my home and this and that. And fortunately for me, one of the architect offered me a job and I landed in Windsor. And then, right. It's a long story, but yes, that's how I ended up in Windsor.
Okay, and we're glad that you did. We're glad to have you.
Yes, I had to have...
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I have to have Canadian experience, That's why I had to work with some Canadian architect. And here I was getting opportunity to work with a Canadian architect. That's why I'm here.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Tell us, Chintan, what has been your biggest success to date?
Biggest success, like I did a lot of small and big jobs. No work is small for me, no work is big for me. But we have successfully done renovation for Canada Custom at Ambassador Bridge Plaza. Oh, wow. And that is 22,000 square foot of interior renovations. As well as we had done successful. Yeah, that's a good one, really. Another one is we did interior renovation for the brick furniture store in Vaughan. That is in Toronto.
Okay, yeah.
And that is a real big 54,000 square feet. And it was a long project, 1.5 years, and ups and downs, and we managed it successfully. And I'm very lucky that we may be doing some more stores for them. Also, I'm doing good jobs for other people, general contractor as well as industrialist, and I don't want to name it right away, but they are in pipeline. I'm right now doing 20-acre land project in Windsor with a commercial plaza and solar panels and whatnot.
Oh, very good. So you mentioned in there, Chintan, a few ups and downs. Can you tell me now maybe what has been your biggest challenge over the years?
Yeah, it is easy for me to design things, but it is always challenging to get it through the city hall.
Ah, yes.
But fortunately, I always adhere the building codes. Building codes are like written by lawyers, and I am an architect, so obviously creativity clashes with the laws.
Hmm.
But I was successful to maintain both the creativity as well as the building codes for the safety and health of people. So that is my real achievement, and I'm very happy that I made it work. Every time I made it successfully with the fire codes and health and safety issues.
Perfect, perfect. Question number 6 is: what advice would you offer to new immigrants in Canada who are thinking of starting a business of their own?
Oh, they can definitely start their business, and if they want anything, I can always be helpful to them. No doubt, when I came, lot of people helped me, many discouraged me, many encouraged me, but I have decided that I will always encourage people. Just get going, do in-depth study of what you want to do, and then ask questions. Never shy to ask questions, and I'm sure you are going to get success.
Perfect. So, Chintan, I think I first met you at a breakfast networking event in Amherstburg, and then I think again the subsequent breakfast events in Essex or Tecumseh. Sorry, where are you having your greatest networking success?
The greatest network success does not depend on anything. You never know who is going to click, who is going to come back to you. You never know. So networking with people who you work is my greatest success. The people whom I provided my services and maintained my good relationship, they bring me referrals, they come back to me again and again, and that is the success. So don't think that one networking is enough.
Right.
Networking, like, not only Windsor, but I network up to north of Toronto.
Sure. Perfect. Now, in a couple of our conversations, you've mentioned your wife. Maybe just talk really briefly about her role and kind of how she helps you.
Yeah, I tell you, she is a civil engineer, and definitely she looks after me as well as the engineering part, but really speaking more towards administration. Lot of paperwork here. The Canadian system demands lot of paperwork and record maintenance. So she takes care for that, as well as she is the person who asks my clients, okay, now this is your time to pay the fees. So
Yeah.
she helps me that. Meanwhile,
Time to
that
pay
is
the
the
piper.
biggest challenge. Yeah, that's the biggest challenge, I will say. To ask for money, I'm a little shy fellow. But
Okay.
anyway, but what was happening that we were experiencing that people are asking for real estate advices also to me. Like, suppose a builder wants to purchase a land,
Uh-huh.
then he's going to come to me, what can I do here? Then there are some problems in the site. So he says, okay, you have any other property in mind? Then we started thinking, okay, let us do something where we can provide some advice about the real estate also, where they can buy a proper property to
Yeah.
develop. Like, one of my client is looking for 3 to 10 acre lands in X city, but he has no approach there, and he is asking me, do you know there, because you go and work there. So that's how I started advising her that you should write real estate exam and get the license. And fortunately, she got the license. And one of my client, Deerbook Realty, I did the site plan control application prepared for their vacant land on their office lot. And they said, oh, Anuja, welcome, we know you, join us. And they are very encouraging to us.
Excellent. Okay, so we just got a little bit of time left. Chintan, let's get to know you beyond your work here. I want to ask, what kind of other interests do you have or hobbies?
Yeah, I do singing, karaoke.
Yeah.
I do volunteer work at temple. I do volunteer work at Gurudwara. I don't mind and doing volunteer work at church even, So I'm
Sure.
always ready for doing any volunteer works. And probably that is helping me in my expanding the network also. I don't know really, but it may be helpful. But to always ready to help people is my hobby.
Excellent. Yeah, and I've certainly found that in the time that I've known you. And so I just got another question here. Just where would you like to be 5 years from now?
Oh, definitely. I will be leading in the profession. That's what I think I was, rather, I am a senior architect back home in my former home country, India. And I'm definitely a lot more senior than people here who are practicing. I started my practice since 1986 in India. So enormous of level of experience. I worked for universities, state banks, federal government, state governments, no small jobs, big jobs, more than 300 custom homes.
That's our time. That was our 10 minutes there, Chintan. So I think we're just in time now. Just before we let you go, why don't you tell everybody how they can find you? What's website maybe, and then phone number?
Yeah, you can reach me on my website www.chintan.ca. Chintan, that's my first name, .ca. That is for Canada. And I'm licensed in Michigan as well, although I don't pick up projects there. My phone number is 519-979-9017. I have a Toronto-based phone number also. For Windsor people, it is not required, but people who may be reading or viewing this can use that 647-693-1081 phone number. I have my cell number 519-567-1800. I think this is more than sufficient.
Yeah, I think so too.
Google will find me out immediately. We trust Google more than anyone else.
Okay, well, that's our time for today. I want to thank Chintan for being our guest, and we'll see everybody in the next episode. Thank you.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you. Bye.